I can't afford it. You know what I mean, Burn?
Mm-hmm.
So I'll deal with looking like I can eat corn cob through a picket fence. I don't care. I'm growing old
You're all right, bro.
gracefully.
There you go. It's all about being old. My teeth ain't great either, so.
Hey, I got a face for radio, but I do video anyways. Fuck it. But like we
And
said last year, when everybody said, "Oh, we regressed with what we lost in the off season, and we didn't do enough to pick up bodies in to be successful," and everybody said, "There's no way the Lions would win first place the second year in a row." And what happened? They fucked around and found out. He goes,
yeah,
"Insurance doesn't cover it." I know. What do you think of the depth in the LB room? I wouldn't mind if we find like a gem at linebacker somewhere. Maybe one of these rookies that hasn't been signed in through UDFA and bring them in just to see if they can add depth and break into the rotational roster. But you got guys like El Kadim Muhammad that can play defensive end and linebacker. Who is the other guy? Did we keep Ben? I know we
let's
kept Trevor
see.
Nowaski. Trevor Nowaski's still here.
Yep, Trevor Narowski, Anthony Pittman, Malcolm Rodriguez. I like that Grant Stroud guy. I think he might be something good. I don't
Uh,
know why we kept Ezekiel Turner though. He's bum. I don't like that guy.
he had the one great game, his first game that he played.
Yeah, Anthony
Because
Pittman.
the
I don't know
rookie,
why we keep him either. Deron
uh,
Gilbert.
Hassanin is a hand in the dirt 3 point stance defensive end. I don't
Mm-hmm.
think he'll play LB. Not at six.
Oh
What is
hell
he?
no. Nope.
6'7", two
He ain't
sixty
playing.
five.
He ain't playing LB. He's a natural DE edge. Got Jack Campbell, Abraham Beauplan, Derek
We did.
Barnes, Alex, and Michelle Agude.
Yeah, Agude was the other one we kept. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So I think we're okay depth wise to fill a 4-3. We're just not set to field a consistent 3-4, and that's why when everybody says, "Oh, we're going to go a 3-4," it didn't make sense to me. Do you agree
Yeah,
with that, B?
yeah. Nobody would. Well, I mean, you got to look at who the defensive coordinator is. He's a line. He used to be a linebacker, so he's thinking on a sense of being being a
And
linebacker. So he puts four linebackers out there and has a three down set. Although I don't like that either because
he actually said he's going to run a 4-3 though.
well,
So that means he'll splash in the 3-4 because you do that. But no matter what defense you run different fronts.
mm-hmm.
But he said we're going to be more of a blitzing team, and I'm okay with that.
Well, they got to get to the as long as they get to the damn quarterback or disrupt the backfield, that's all that counts. But they got to get there. I don't want to see what I saw last year, where we have 5 million pressures, but we only get 2 sacks of the whole. That's got to
I know,
stop. They
I
got
know.
to they got to finish the play.
But at
That's got
the
to
same
be taught.
time, we had more interceptions than the year before with lesser players on the field. And that's kind of crazy when you think about it.
Well, that's what pressures will do. They'll get you turnovers.
Hmm.
But
We
I
need
need
the
some sacks.
we need
I need
we
some.
need
I need some bodies hitting turf. That's what I need.
the loss of Hutchinson was way bigger than we could handle in the playoffs. That's 100%. If he'd have been able to be back for that game like they were rumoring, it might have been a different game. I mean, I'm glad they held him out. I'm glad they let him get healthy. But if he would have been healthy enough to play, yep, I agree, Brent. I thought AG was predictable. I think a 4-3 would be better than what we had last year. Yeah, the two
Mm-hmm.
linebacker set that we were using, and occasionally putting Barnes or somebody like that in the slot corner position, taking a defensive back off the field in that position.
I mean that's the reason why I think that Shepard's going to be a better defensive coordinator than AG. AG has always been predictable as a defensive coordinator. sometimes he'll throw in some blitzes in there to offset his predictability. But other than that, he's pretty predictable defensive coach because he only runs standard things. But
let me see.
Shepard should be fine.
Last year, he played 9 quarters of football. I think he'll get 15.
He ain't gonna be playing nothing because he's gonna be a backup with that guy.
Yeah, but if he gets 15 quarters of football in, that's all I hear about. And he goes, I totally agree, 100%, Beast Trilla.
Yeah, big guy.
AG was predictable. He was good but predictable. You knew if you had a 10-point lead or more, he was going prevent defense from 2 minutes away from the fourth quarter to the end of the game. He would drop everybody in the soft zone and only run press man on the outside. That's what he did every time. And what happened? We get burned over the middle in the holes in the zone because it was a deep zone. It was the 2 deep safety zone in the back and the shallow. You were covering the regular crossing route, but not covering the slant or the post or any of that underneath.
I give AG some credit though. I mean, he really focused on 2 things that he needed to do to stop teams last year. And you know, even with Hutch in the lineup, the defense wasn't the greatest. It was better than the year before, but it still wasn't the greatest. We still have to get more guys on that defense. I think our secondary was good, but like our linebacking and our defensive line was a ray. They just had to find people to fit in there. If everybody plays and doesn't get hurt, we should be all right this year. But he did like the third down percentage on a defense, best in the NFL. That's one way you stop a team. You got to stop them on third down.
Right. And the other thing was being a
red zone defense.
Top 5 in red zone and top 5 in rushing defense. You know,
yeah.
If you have those 3 things combined and your offense can average 28 points a game, which is right where we were, I believe it was.
It was more than that. It was like 33 point. 3.
Oh yeah, it ended up being 33 because of that last 2 big games. But if you're averaging 28 points or more is the point, you're going to win more than 10 games a year.
You should win. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that just goes without saying. So if this defense improves and gets more sacks, as well as you really don't need more pressures. You just need more sacks. The pressures were good. The sacks were down. And I still say, as soon as Hutchinson left the field, they had nobody to focus on to have to double team.
Right.
The only guy they had to double team was Lee McNeil, and then he went down with injury.
Yeah.
So you take away both of your double team threats, and what do you get left with? A bunch of guys that can be blocked one-on-one. You'll get pressures and not sacks. I mean, yes, we had the occasional sack every now and then. Hell, James Houston got one so exciting to him, he shit himself. Holy shit, I hit the quarterback. I sat in Gatorade. Bullshit. I used to
That's sitting in the Gatorade thing is ridiculous.
Yeah, no.
It's some brown ass Gatorade. That's all I got to say.
I do think I don't think we need to run the ball more. I think he's going to run the ball exactly the same. But in those short yardage situations, you're going to see less of that play action stuff and more of the power football with Montgomery going for it on short down. Because Montgomery was 87% successful on short down.
I think they're going to run the ball more.
Explain to me how Gavin Holmes can sign a 3-year deal after going undrafted. Because he did a good job as a backup. Nobody realized when Taylor Decker went off the field the job he did. Hey, Moonstar. Yeah, because say what you want. Decker and Sewell was at the tackle every play that they weren't hurt that they could play, but they still had to come off the field for air every now and then on extended drives. And that's how Gavin Holmes and players like that get a little look. They see something out of them because they may only be there for 2 plays just to give them a breather or a short series where they go like 5 and out or 6 and out. Correct me?
What? Where does Gavin Holmes play now? He don't play in the Lions. I don't see his name on the roster.
I think he just got signed, so it takes a day for that to update. He just re-signed. So if they saw something in practice or they saw something in the games they like, that's why they do that type of stuff. Oh, he's a defensive tackle? I don't remember him. Do you see Manu playing more? I see Manu getting a chance in preseason, and he'll have to prove it. Maybe this article is bullshit. Yeah, it might be. I don't remember Gavin Holmes getting a 3-year deal. I thought that was the deal we gave Brandon Roy as a rotational player. He goes, "Yeah, Joseph Austin, good to see you, brother." He says, "Kind of cold
What's
on the
up,
lake today." That's Higgins Lake, correct?
Yes. Oh, you're on. You're on. He's on Lake Higgins, huh?
Yeah.
I got people up there that have a They have a motel up there, my Lake Higgins. I think they sold it though, so they don't own it anymore. But I used to go up there every summer.
So yeah, I'm waiting for the list to update. I know about the quarterback, but that's all I've seen. And until I see more, I'm not going to say who's invited because I will find that information over the weekend. I'm going to do a deep dive. I'm also going to look into some of these UDFAs, get some game film, see how they work. It's really hard with the GLIAC for Grand Valley State to find any footage. No, it's Glen Lake. Okay.
Oh, Glen Lake. Okay.
Not only did Skip come in and do a great job, he outplayed Decker. There was points where he did, yes, and there was other times when Decker was good. But at the same time, that makes the point of what I was saying about Graham Glasgow last season. A majority of the time, Graham Glasgow did not do as good at left guard than he did at right guard the year before. Where are you fishing to? Glen Lake.
I don't see any of these. I don't see no news about that dude.
Yeah. So it was probably a bullshit article.
Yeah. Went to two Lions, reputable sites, and they didn't have anything on there, and they're updated. So I don't know where they got that one from, but what it is, what it is. Oh, open the cottage. I see you. Gavin Holmes. And the Lions signed him because I still don't see him
Yeah.
on here as a defensive back. I don't see any defensive backs on here added on. Oh, Texas Longhorn. See what they're lying about.
All right. He goes, "I'm sorry, Gavin Holmes is a defensive back. Texas Longhorn article says defensive tackle. ESPN has him as a D-back." He goes, "I'm jealous, Joseph." Texas Longhorn Wire. Yeah, I haven't heard anything about that. Thank
Yeah.
you, Sonia. Good to see you.
Hey, Sonia.
What do you guys think of the idea of blockbuster trade for a defensive end, including DJ Reader? I said if Talik Williams is as good as he's projected to be, and Aline comes back, and we see a week of Aline there or more next to him, it might make Reeder into a tradable commodity because the cap will allow it. So I don't know if it happened, but that is something that could happen at the trade deadline. Do you agree with that assessment?
I don't know what you would get for him though. I don't know if he'd be good trade bait. He's
Probably
old.
clickbait.
Yeah, it's just I don't know. With DJ Reader, that would be kind of a if somebody takes him, they're desperate. They're
If
trading for him.
any of the guys that we drafted or brought in is going to make the roster as a kick returner, it's going to be that D'Amato Levitt.
Yeah,
That one corner slash safety guy. He was a punt returner that we took in the sixth. And then let's see, where was the other one I saw here? He was a tiny. Oh, Jacoby Keeney James out of UMass. He was their punt and kick returner.
although they might try him there because they were putting Antone Green in there. If they don't re-sign Antone Green, which I don't think they're going to do.
No, with the waiver wire, he automatically comes back to the roster and can be cut at no penalty after that when he was waived. So at that point, Green is a free commodity. He automatically goes to the league minimum at that point when he returns to the roster. And I don't see him going anywhere. He hasn't been signed. And another one that is a small guy that was quick that returned kicks was that Kai Robichaux, the running back out of Boston College that we got as a UDFA. Ricky Scott, Trey Heck, yeah, he's kind of off the board unless they do a sign and trade thing, and they can't afford to do that. They can't afford the dead cap hit from re-signing him. Yep, Raymond's damn good at punt returns. I'm not saying he's not. I'm just saying those are the guys that I expect to be trying out for those spots. The second kick returner and the alternate punt returner. I think we will, and I'll say it again. The fact that we gave Jackson Meeks, wide receiver out of Syracuse, the highest amount of any of the UDFAs you can get, you can only do one at that high amount, that $200,000 guaranteed salary. I think us signing him is a sign that they want to bring Z Smith back. And what Brad Holmes said just before the draft, if the ball is in Z's court. Of course, we want him back, but his agent and him has to reach out to us. So I think that pretty much covers the Zadarius Smith coming back thing. It's not a question of if; it's a question of when. Do you agree with that, B? With the way they said it?
I still think it's a question of if. I don't know. They gotta do some very conniving things with the salary cap if they want to bring him back. Because if he's not coming back, he don't want to come back for 11 million. Then they're going to give him like a couple more million, and I don't know how much they're going to pay these draftees too. That's the other thing.
We cut him at 11 million because it saved 6 million. Because 5 million of it was guaranteed. Yeah. And I think the only thing that's holding them back is how much of because I think they want to have him at about 8 million and maybe do one of those futures contracts where they stretch it out over 3 years. That's just me. That's what I'm thinking they're trying to do. But he wants more guaranteed money up front.
I think the thing you got to also look at his age too. It's not like he's a young guy.
Right. And if you really think about it, no, we won't even have 15 million left or 2 years, 20 million. After we pay, it'll be the season after that. This is their 4th year. Next year will be their 5th year, which we just accepted both 5th-year options. So we have an entire season and an off season to get a deal done with those guys. Yet guaranteed money, it may be highway robbery, but with an older player like that and you have limited time, the more guaranteed money you get, the more secure you are up front.
What's up, Monkey?
Monkey the Faded. Ayo! Good to see you.
Let's see.
Yeah, I know. It happens all the time. But at the same time, we're not talking about a 4 or 5 year deal type thing. We're talking about a guy that's in his 30s. So you're looking at a 1 year deal. That guy wide receiver from Syracuse will make the team, that 7th-round wide receiver. I think he will make the team. I think because he's bigger.
Yeah. No, yeah, he did, Joe.
Yes, he had a bunch of pressures and 5.5 sacks. He tied Lee McNeil for the second most amount of sacks last season, if I remember right. Correct?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
God, it's hard to try to remember all these stats off the top of my head. But the fact that we got him at the trade deadline for peanuts, and he came in and did what he was supposed to do, and there was no drop off of play for him. Does he get blocked in some games? Yes, every player has a down game. But for the most part, he was the moderate, he was the medium of consistency we had at that position. And that's why he was on the field more than the other guys. He actually was a starting defensive end. And he plays a lot more than, well, you know, Davenport.
Yeah. Let's not say his name. F that guy, too. Let's see. Oh, Lions.
Oh, no, that's not his Bills logo. That is a lunar version of the Lions logo, buddy. That's an Amon-Ra signed mini helmet.
That's because you got hiding behind your Amon St. Brown guy.
Yeah,
He
I
can't
put him
see
on
it
top
well.
of it. I put him on top of it. Best of both worlds, LOL.
Yeah, you wish, monkey. No Buffalo Bill stuff over here, bud. Yeah, they only got. At least they got no reserve money. Reserves money.
Oh, below Brian. Oh, yeah, it was. That's when the home schedule was for the game. That's what that screen is. He's talking about here. Gotcha. No, that's the ticker that went across the front of Ford Field. It's just announcing that game where you guys got past us. Z would just be Hutchinson's backup, but Davenport won't stay healthy, so Z would be the starter over Davenport if we did sign him. Don't you agree, B?
Yeah, ain't nobody trying to start Davenport.
That's a fuzzy monkey. I have more confidence in Smith playing than I do Davenport, 100%, and not getting hurt. Oh, he goes, I know what it is. Okay. You must be a Bills fan.
He is a Bills fan. I don't know. I don't even know where there's a confidence. Davenport is just Davenport. You heard me. And thank you, Sarah, for bringing that one up. I love that. Davenport. So everybody's does everybody think the Pistons are going to win tonight?
I hope we do.
Well, if they do, they definitely are going to.
Yeah, but if Davenport stays healthy, Lions pass. Yeah, I do agree with that. But asking Davenport to stay healthy is like asking God to make you win the Mega Millions.
Yep, pretty much.
He hasn't been healthy in 5 years.
Yeah, Yeah. Of course you say that, Monkey, because you're a Knicks fan. F the Knicks. They should have won it when they were at home. What's up there, Bandit? I think everybody's against the Pistons. Cade, I don't care. Cade got robbed yesterday. He should have been comeback, or he should have been most improved player. And he gave it that guy from Atlanta.
What up? Go Bandit in the house. Pistons lose. No. Let's go Pistons.
Mm-hmm.
Seems like the refs are against the Pistons. You know,
young team. It's a young team. That's why they are.
He goes, I'm not a Knicks fan. We've gone through this. I'm a free agent fan.
Well, you need to be a free agent for the Pistons.
Yeah, be a free agent for the Pistons for us. Give us one to root for there in New York.
Right. Not even New York. Well, they are New York, actually.
Yeah, Buffalo's in New York. We need a big man.
No. I'm talking about the Knicks. We always have we always go back and forth. I mean, he always states the point that the Giants and the Jets are New Jersey, which is correct because they play in New Jersey. He got robbed, dude. He got robbed from being what's up, the most improved player. You didn't see that?
All right. He goes, I've seen Jackson make a hit at the Senior Bowl that knocked the guy's mouth guard out. He loves to hit, ran a 4.4. I wish he was a little bigger. Yeah. He goes, honestly, Davenport's injury last year was a cheap fung you. Yes, it was. 100% Hokey Doe. Who was it? I don't know what he's asking about.
What the hell is his name? Delay. Don't get me to lying. Hold on a minute. I'll tell you. Dyson Daniels. That's who it was. Dyson Daniels. I mean, all those are superlatives, Joe, but he's got to stay healthy to be on the field to do that kind of stuff. If he ain't healthy to be on the field to do that kind of stuff, it's null and void. You know what he meant, Monkey.
He meant a bull rush. I know what he meant.
It was against the Cardinals. But it's part of football, though. So. No, I'm not. Nope.
No.
Hell no.
It was the Cardinals game. Yes, it was.
Mm-hmm.
It was Paris Johnson Jr. that did the karate chop to his elbow that blew out his UCL. Davenport wasn't playing great, but he was being okay. Brent, I don't remember, to be honest. It's Paris Johnson Jr., second-year player out of OSU. Fucking cheaters.
Didn't help them out, though, did it? They won that game. That's a game I was kind of pissed off at BJ because he should have scored more points on him. They were moving the ball up and down the field on him. Yeah, I mean, I understand Bret Hart, but again, part of the game.
Oh, I know. I know. Davenport's contract does reflect his injury. Yes, it does. That's why he's got a cheap contract.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't we sign him for only like 3.5 or 4.5 million, something like that?
$4.5 million, and really part of that, half of that's incentives. It's up to 4.5. Like 2 million of it's incentives, so it's really like a $2.5 million contract. What up, Eric?
I'm still waiting to give my final prediction, but I think it's going to be between 10 and 12 wins. I do. Thank you, Moonscar. You've been good seeing you all day.
All right, Moonstar. Take it easy, buddy. I mean, Brent, I think that Davin Poops starts are based on if somebody goes down in front of him because he's not starting. He'll be a backup. What's up, Yoli? Oh, there's Yoli.
Yoli? No way.
Yeah. She's
Yoli's in the chat.
Moonscape.
Why does everybody think Davenport's games will be played? I said 15 quarters.
I mean, he's got to start. I don't see him starting, so.
I think there's a chance the rookie might be like a rotational starter even.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm looking at.
If we had Will Howard, we may. Oh my God, I'm not even going to say that because it's still a rookie. It's still an unknown. Jared Goff. If the defense would have played well, he put up 31 points in that game. I don't care about the turnovers. Think about it. They only scored 6 points off the turnovers. They still won that game because the defense lost it too. The haters are tough to take, Brent. They blame Brad for everything. Blame Brad for their expectations.
You can't give that many opportunities for the defense. Turnovers are the thing.
What is the difference between Moonscar and a Bears fan? Brain cells.
Damn.
Oh, I thought he was starting. Jared Soft. 100% Joseph. Will Howard will never be a starting quarterback. Now he might there.
You never know.
He might there in Pittsburgh, right? Isn't that where he went?
Mm-hmm. I mean, they don't get anybody. They don't get Aaron Rodgers. I mean, it'll be Mason Rudolph and Will Howard going after it. Be another good quarterback camp I'd have to pay attention to.
If Davenport plays in the preseason, he will not start the regular season. Hurt again. I hope Rodgers retires. That's what he needs to do. My bad. It's a competent. Yeah, I know.
Whatever.
The Bears fans are so good. They ask an expert scout for a Genti comp and then use his comp a couple days later on the huddle, making it sound like theirs. Broski. That being said, it is that time of the day. We're 10 minutes away from being over. You know what I like to do about this time of day, don't you there, buddy? Start from the bottom to the top again this time, since I did top to bottom last night. B?
What's that?
Bottom to the top or top to bottom?
Top to bottom to top.
Bottom to top.
Because I hate Chicago. So.
Fuck the Bears.
There you go. Chicago.
FTP. Fuck the Packers.
There you go. You too, Brett.
And the Vikings can go get Skull Pod.
Most definitely.
Skull. It's like saying score, but with the cock in your mouth. All right. Brent says, I think teams are starting to realize Karen Rodgers is a cancer. Yes. FTP.
Chicago. There you go, Bret
Thanks,
Hart.
guys.
That's how you do
Have
it.
a great day. FTB. Fuck the Bears. Chicago. LOL. Have a great day. Try every day to be a better person than you were the day before. That's the only way to make the world a better place. It starts right here. Much love to everybody in the chat. Hart, Moonscar. We saw everybody but Smoking Dad, Jim Jackson, and Ricky Seacott today.
Mm-hmm. Although Ricky Seacott did like it. I just saw him
put a like in for a second. I must have missed the comment, but we still had over 120 comments today. Oh, there we go.
There you go.
Where the water's shit, but the tires are good.
I miss that, man.
Yeah, I know. I'm still trying to get in touch with the owner to see if he wants to sponsor me again for another season. I'm quite sure he will.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Thank you, everybody. Have a great day. And like the great comedian George Carlin said, no matter where you go, there you are.
This is a Huddle Sports Network broadcast. You can find us on Roku TV, Amazon Fire TV, Facebook, and of course YouTube. Get all your NFL news here first.